The world was in shock. Superman, the ultimate symbol of hope, was gone. He died fighting Doomsday, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. Fear and uncertainty gripped the planet. No one knew what dangers might emerge now that the world's protector was gone. In the shadows, Amanda Waller, a high-ranking government official, saw an opportunity. She believed the world needed a new kind of protector, a team willing to do the dirty work that heroes like Superman wouldn't. She envisioned a team of expendable assets, criminals with unique skills, who could be deployed on dangerous missions. Waller knew just the candidates: incarcerated individuals with nothing to lose and everything to gain. She believed she could control them, using a combination of promises and threats to bend them to her will. The world needed a weapon, and Waller intended to give it to them. She would call them Task Force X, but the world would know them as the Suicide Squad. The members of Task Force X were a collection of villains, each with their own dark past and unique abilities. Deadshot, the world's deadliest assassin, was haunted by his past and longed to reunite with his estranged daughter. Harley Quinn, a former psychiatrist driven mad by the Joker, craved chaos and clung to a twisted love for her puddin'. El Diablo, a pyrokinetic gang member consumed by guilt over his past actions, sought redemption. Captain Boomerang, a ruthless thief with a deadly aim, was motivated by self-preservation and greed. Killer Croc, a monstrous metahuman with superhuman strength and durability, yearned for acceptance despite his terrifying appearance. Rounding out the team were Slipknot, a master assassin with a knack for ropes, and Katana, a skilled swordswoman driven by vengeance for her murdered husband. Each member carried their own burdens, their own demons, but Waller saw potential in their darkness. They were her weapons, her pawns, and she would use them to protect the world from the shadows. The mission that would test Task Force X's limits began with Dr. June Moon, an archaeologist who stumbled upon an ancient artifact. Unbeknownst to her, the artifact contained a powerful entity known as Enchantress. The Enchantress possessed June, transforming her into a being of immense power with a dangerous agenda. Enchantress sought to enslave humanity and remake the world in her image. She summoned her brother, Incubus, a monstrous being of pure energy, to aid her in her conquest. Together, they posed a threat unlike anything the world had ever seen. Waller saw the danger posed by Enchantress and activated Task Force X. Their mission: infiltrate the city, neutralize the threat, and bring Enchantress down. The stakes were high and the odds were stacked against them, but the Suicide Squad was the world's only hope. Task Force X was dropped into Midway City, a bustling metropolis now overrun by Enchantress's forces. They fought their way through hordes of possessed humans, their every step a struggle for survival. Deadshot's marksmanship proved invaluable, his bullets finding their targets with deadly accuracy. Harley Quinn's chaotic fighting style and unpredictable nature caught their enemies off guard. El Diablo, initially reluctant to use his full power for fear of causing more harm, found himself forced to unleash his flames against the relentless onslaught. Captain Boomerang, despite his cowardly tendencies, proved surprisingly effective with his deadly boomerangs. Killer Croc's brute strength cleared a path through the enemy ranks, while Slipknot's ropes and Katana's swordsmanship helped even the odds. Their journey led them deep into the heart of the city, where they faced increasingly dangerous foes and witnessed firsthand the devastation wrought by Enchantress's power. The team, initially a group of individuals thrown together by circumstance, began to form a bond, their shared experiences forging a sense of camaraderie amidst the chaos. Throughout their mission, the members of Task Force X proved their worth, not through grand gestures of heroism, but through small acts of courage and selflessness. Deadshot, despite his cold exterior, risked his life to save his teammates on multiple occasions, his desire to see his daughter again fueling his determination. During a raid on a secret government facility, Deadshot discovered Waller's files, including information about his daughter. This discovery, while confirming his suspicions about Waller's manipulation, also strengthened his resolve to survive the mission and reunite with his family. El Diablo, haunted by the memory of accidentally incinerating his own family, struggled to control his powers. However, when his teammates were in danger, he unleashed the full fury of his flames, pushing his limits to protect those who had come to accept him despite his past. Section 6. Diablo's Sacrifice. The final confrontation with Enchantress and Incubus took place at the heart of the city, where the two beings were attempting to open a portal to another dimension. The battle was brutal and desperate, with Task Force X facing overwhelming odds. Enchantress's magic proved difficult to counter, and Incubus's raw power seemed unstoppable. Realizing that conventional means wouldn't be enough to defeat Incubus, El Diablo made a fateful decision. he embraced his full potential, transforming into a towering inferno and engaging Incubus in a battle that shook the very foundations of the city. Their clash of energy was cataclysmic, ultimately resulting in the destruction of both beings. El Diablo's sacrifice, while tragic, bought the remaining members of Task Force X the time they needed to regroup and formulate a plan to defeat Enchantress. His selfless act, driven by his desire for redemption, proved that even the most broken individuals are capable of heroism. Section 7. Freedom at a price. With Incubus gone, Enchantress was vulnerable. Task Force X, battered but not broken, rallied for one final assault. Deadshot used his knowledge of Enchantress's weakness, her heart, to coordinate an attack, while Harley Quinn's unpredictable movements and attacks distracted the weakened entity. In a moment of desperation, Harley Quinn, using her acrobatic skills and a well-placed shot from her pistol, managed to separate Enchantress from her source of power. The entity, stripped of its magical might, was defeated, and June Moon was freed from its control. With the threat contained and the mission accomplished, the surviving members of Task Force X were returned to Belle Reve, their sentences reduced in exchange for their service. They had stared death in the face and emerged victorious, but their freedom came at a heavy price. They had lost friends, confronted their demons, and tasted the bittersweet allure of redemption. Section 8. A Jester's Love. In the aftermath of the battle, amidst the rubble and the relief, Harley Quinn found herself missing her puddin'. The Joker, her one true love, had been conspicuously absent throughout the mission. Unbeknownst to her, he had orchestrated an elaborate plan to break her out of Belle Reve. The Joker, aided by his loyal gang, stormed the prison, leaving a trail of chaos and destruction in his wake. He fought his way to Harley, his love for her unwavering despite their twisted and often violent relationship. Their escape was a testament to their bond, a bond forged in madness and fueled by a shared disregard for societal norms. As they disappeared into the night, Harley knew that their freedom wouldn't last. They were both magnets for trouble, their very nature attracting chaos and destruction. But for now, she allowed herself to enjoy the moment, basking in the glow of her puddin's love and the thrill of their escape. Section 9. The Walls Have Eyes. The film concludes with a mid-credits scene, a glimpse into the future of Task Force X. Bruce Wayne, the enigmatic billionaire playboy, meets with Amanda Waller in a dimly lit restaurant. He expresses his displeasure with Waller's methods, her use of dangerous criminals to achieve her goals. Waller, unfazed by Wayne's disapproval, defends her actions, arguing that the world needs protection, even if it comes from the shadows. She reveals that she has plans for Task Force X, that their mission was just the beginning. Wayne, his expression unreadable, makes it clear that he will be watching, that he will not tolerate Waller's disregard for human life. As Wayne leaves the restaurant, the camera lingers on Waller's face. A sly smile plays on her lips, hinting at her cunning and ambition. She knows that the world is a dangerous place, and she is prepared to do whatever it takes to protect it, even if it means making deals with the devil himself. The walls may have eyes, but so does Amanda Waller, and she is always one step ahead.